So let's take a look. Just from what I've seen, how many ideas do you think I've noticed even going around the room? A lot. Tim? You think 6 or 7? Do you? I think there might be that many ways. Let's have a look at it then. Now, who would like, I've kind of just looked around to see different people have come up with different ways. So with Ruslan, you were one. Would you like to come up and tell us maybe your first strategy we'll take a look at?
Sure, bring up the page.
Yeah, bring up your page, whatever helps there too. So your very first strategy. You can turn around there and talk to your group.
The first strategy is just since the top one here is drawn in the grid, just to get the area, you just count each square all for one number. So you go 1, 2, 3, and then carry on. It'll be 20.
Everybody understand that? And I'd say quite a few people. So does that explain it? Count the number of unit squares to find the area without using the formula. So I'm just going to get you to write your work there underneath. So you can put it just there. You can write down what you got. Area equals 20 centimetres squared. So this was, now Ruslan, that was your strategy. Okay, did anybody come up with different strategies? Hands up if you came up with a different strategy. Oh, I think some of you are being a bit shy. I think I saw more strategies than that. Keelan, would you like to come up?
Yeah, I came up with the same strategies first time.
And I think you might have come up with another one after that.
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
You didn't come up with any more than... That's a lovely one. That's a different strategy, isn't it? Would you like to?
All right.
Okay, come on. Now I'll put this one here. Good man. Now. And I'll help you here. Okay, so this was your shape.
I split this one in half.
In half.
Well, no, I just separated this square from the rectangle.
Very good. Across like that.
And that, since that's 4 centimetres, when it split up, it was 2 centimetres on each side.
So you said this was 4.
Yeah.
And I'm going to get you to put down your workings. And how did you know they were both 2?
Because half of 4 is 2, and that's 4.
And that's 4. But did you need something here to help you with that information? What length did you have here?
2.
2 centimetres. So if that was 2 centimetres, this was also 2 centimetres. And what did you have?
The bottom was 7.
7 centimetres.
Yeah.
Okay, now, so if you will put down, we'll say in here, you can just write down your calculations in there in that blue box. Can you reach that?
Yeah,
Good and tall.
Multiply 2 by 3 on the top here.
2 by 3.
Yeah.
So this was 2 centimetres by?
3 centimetres.
Okay, so what area did you get for your top? Did you want to write down your area?
6 centimetres.
6 centimetres.
Yeah, and for the bottom, I got multiplied 7 by 2. 7 by 2 equals 14. And I added 14 and 6 and I got 20
Okay, so you got 20. Now 20 what?
centimetre.
Is it centimetres?
Centimetre square.
Is it, yeah, centimetres squared. So, and what was that again? That was your
Area.
area. So do you want to put that in there so we can see? Area equals, okay. So then this would have been written as 6
Centimetre square.
Good man. So we can fill that in. And 14. Excellent. Now, Keelan, so you're saying that you just divided it up into 2 separate shapes. both shapes became what shape? What shape did they become then?
A square and a rectangle.
Is one of them a square? Is it?
Yeah.
Why would you say that?
Wait. Oh no, it's a rectangle. Because two sides are not the same numbers.
Very good, very good. So this was your strategy. You divide the shape into 2 rectangles and you calculate the area by using your formula. A few people, I think, came up with that strategy. Thank you very much, Keelan. Did anybody then have a look and say, yeah, I think I might have gotten something similar to that? Peter, would you come up? So I'm going to put back up the shape. We'll keep it the same. Now, there you go.
So what I did, instead of splitting it into just one, I split it into three rectangles.
So you split it into 3 rectangles.
Very good. There. And there. And then, so the total length of that was 7 centimeters. So that would have split into, that over here was 4. So that would have split into 4. This part would have been 4 by 2. 4 by 2. Yeah, 4 by 2, which is 8. Where will I?
Now, okay, if you want to just turn around now to your friends, and you can write in your calculations. Just
I
there.
did 4 by 2, which was 8. And then this one over here, that side is 2 centimeters. This side here. And the top side is 3. So then I did 2 by 3, which is 6. And then since this just from there to there is 4, that means from there to there is 3. And that side originally was 4 centimeters. So now it's split into 2, and now each side is 2 centimeters there on that side, and then 2 centimeters on that side. So I did 3 by 2 again, 6, and then I'm added them all together, which is 20. So area is 20 centimeters squared.
Centimetres squared. And you said that this was split into 2. Why did you say they were both 2 centimetres?
Well, since that side was 2 centimeters and that side was 4, if I split 4 in half, both of the sides are going to be 2.
So it was split in half because this length was 2. That's the reason you divided in 2. Excellent. So your area was 20 centimetres squared. Now, Luke, I think you had something. We're using the very same shape. Would you like to come up?
Yeah.
So what we'll do is we'll just move this one. Sorry, Peter, now I know you have beautiful measurements in there. Will I move that one down? No, actually we'll leave that one. We'll leave that there. And I'm going to put this one in here beside it. It'll be nice because you're dealing with the same idea. So, there's your same shape. I'll just get that up. And we'll steal a magnet from here. Now, so you don't have to write in the measurements. I think we can see them. It might save you. You don't have to put them in on the picture. So let's give you your little space. Now, and you tell us how you divided your
I made it into a full rectangle by drawing.
Oh, the one, did you do one though before that one? No? Oh yeah, go ahead, that's fine.
I did this to make it a full rectangle.
Do you want to turn around there too?
And the bottom one was 7 centimeters. And the top one must be 7 as well because it's a rectangle. And then this side one was 4. And this was 4. And then the inside here was 2. And this bottom one here was 3 centimeters. So I multiplied 4 by 7 which gave us 28 the whole.
Do you want to put that in there?
Yeah, 7 by 4 is 28 centimeters squared. That was the area of the whole rectangle, and because this wasn't originally part of it, you have to take that away. And oh yeah, this wasn't 3, this was 4. And that was 4. So if you multiply 2 by 4, it gives you 8 centimeters squared, and you take 28 centimeters from 8 centimeters, and that gives you 20 centimeters squared. Your area. That's that one done.
So if you just turn around to your friends there, can you all see what he did? If I put this with this, would you agree with that, Luke? Because that's your method.
Yeah.
You added a rectangle to the shape in order to change it into a large rectangle. So was this because this was a shape you'd be familiar with?
Yeah, I done that before, that kind of shape.
That kind of a shape.
Yeah.
And then you subtracted
8 from 28 because that box wasn't originally in it, that rectangle.
so you took that, you subtracted that then.
Yeah.
And this 28, is that centimetres?
Yeah, because the whole area was 28.
The whole area was area, so what might we change? Okay, very good.
Squared.
And the area of that would be 28 centimetres squared. Very good, well done, well done. So that's really what you were putting into it.
Yeah.
You added in a shape to make it into something familiar. And the two boys before you, just move that down, you divided the shape into 2 rectangles. Yeah. And you calculated the area for each. Okay, this one here was dividing into how many rectangles then?
3.
3 rectangles. So I'm going to put that little bit of information in as well. So we're going to need another magnet. So we've, how many strategies are we looking at so far? We have 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, well I get that in there and I can rearrange them then. So I'd say somebody might be sitting there saying, I have another way. Somebody might be sitting there saying, I think, you know, maybe, just maybe, I have another way. Thank you very much, Luke. Well done. So where will we go from there then? Niall, would you like to come up and...
Okay.
I see Pritt stick, I see scissors. Do you need any of it brought
I
up?
just need this.
Oh, show me. Okay, my eyesight isn't great, but we'll work around it, Niall. Good man. So I might move you. Let's see now. Will we? Yeah, you have a bit of space there.
Okay, so this is the rectangle. I cut off that, and I cut and rearranged it to look like a normal rectangle. So this used to be 7. That is 3 because that was the tree on top. This was 2, so that's 2. And so if you add that together, that's 10 centimeters. And this is 2, so that's, if this is 10, that's 10. And then I multiplied 2 by 10, and that's 20 centimeters square.
Okay. So, am I right? Let's have a look here, Niall, and tell me if I'm wrong, please. So, you started, if you want to stand over here, so you started with that shape.
Yeah, I cut off.
You cut off this bit, is it?
Yeah.
Okay, so, okay, do you know what I'll do? So, when you cut it, that's what you were left with?
Yeah.
And the bit you cut off,
I added it to the side.
you put that here at the side.
So it looked like a rectangle.
So it looked like a rectangle. What did that mean to you then?
So since the top was 2, so I put 2 here,
Very good.
and the bottom was 3. So I put 3 here, and that was 7.
Okay,
when I
I'll put that
started.
in there for you. That's 7.
I added 7 and 3, which is 10, and I multiplied 10 by 2, which is 20 centimetres.
And you multiplied the 10 by 2, which is 20 centimetres. So what I'll do here now, we'll put in, I'll put it here actually for you. So now you can write your calculations in that little box, and I just want to make sure I have your name on it. So if you put in your calculations, so I had Niall. So have you got a pen there to put in your little your calculations over there? This was Luke, Peter. Now I might rearrange that in a moment so that everything is clear. So we have a new strategy. Now I'd say it could have been more, but is that really, that is what you did, isn't it? You cut and pasted it. That was that L shape. What does familiar even mean? I know you might be used to looking at L shaped, well done. You might be used to looking at an L shape, so you could say it's a familiar shape. But familiar then in how to calculate the area. So you cut and pasted, Niall, to make a familiar shape. Did you change the area by doing that?
No.
No. So you've preserved its area. You've managed to preserve its area. So how are we doing now? There must be something else. Let's see how far we can oh wow, let's see how far we can stretch this then. Jake, have you another one?
Yeah, I think so.
You think so?
Yeah, I think it worked anyway, yeah.
It worked.
I got the 20 centimetres squared.
You got the 20. Come up so and show us how you got the 20. Now we'll move with a bit of room here for you. Now there's your marker if you need it, and I'll put in, actually I'll give you this one, and I'll keep the box in the same colour so that you know where to write in. So if you want to turn around there to your pals, and I'll put your little box down here as well.
So when I got the L shape, I cut out one of the other L shapes and I put them both together. So I had one L shape, and so I put the other one with it, and it fitted perfectly. So if there was 7 already at the bottom here, and it shows that there's 3 on top, then there's 3 here too. So that's 10 centimetres, and going up it already tells it that there's 4. So there's 4 here, and then across the top there's your 10 again, and then 10 by 4 is 40, and because you added the other L shape, you have to divide it by 2. So then 40 divided by 2 is 20. So the answer is 20 centimetres squared.
That gives you
The full area.
the full area. So do you want to try it? Do you want to put it up in the card?
Yeah.
Right, I'll give you the marker, so. And we'll give you a little magnet. So just so that we keep, will I leave that?
You can rub it out because she'll be doing the same with that.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll put your little picture here then using the card, and then you can fill in around it. But it was nice to explain it.
Yeah.
So there you go, I'll hold your marker, and you can show people then how you put them together.
So there's the original L shape. And this one actually fits perfectly in with it. So it already gave you the measurements that was 7 and that was 4, and then this part was 3. So 7 plus 3 is 10 on the bottom, 4 going up. So then you have to multiply both of them to get the area, and then divide it by 2.
And then divide by 2.
Yeah.
So, am I right? Is that Now, this is your strategy, so you tell me. Are you happy with that?
Yeah, exactly.
Is that it exactly?
Yeah.
I think you probably explained it nicer now than I've done. But, so now we have another new strategy. So we have, I'll put, these magnets aren't as good, so we'll put that there. So would that be, so look at our two new strategies. You can cut and paste. That's what Niall said. That's what he did, and that seemed to work for him. He cut and pasted an unfamiliar to make a shape that he was familiar with, and he preserved its area. Thanks, Jake. What Jake did was he used nicer language, but I'm going to say duplicate, but he really explained it to you, how he twisted it and turned it and how it fitted in exactly. But because he'd added it in, he doubled his area, but then he had to divide by 2. So how are we doing with the strategies? How many have we got? I think there's 6, is there?
Yeah, 6.
6. And if you just take a look back, is there any other way, if you just look at these strategies, did anybody do it the very same idea, but just slightly different? Owen? Now I'll make a bit of space here. I'll move this one over here. So this idea, but maybe slightly different. There you go. I'll put your name up there. Now, Owen.
So we had to split into 2 rectangles here. So the first calculation was that here was 4 centimeters, and here was 3 centimeters, and down along the bottom was 7 centimeters. And since we split it, since there's 3 up here, 3 has to go down here. And then there's 4 here. Then there's another 4 up here because there's a 4 there. Since that is 4 centimeters, this and 2 centimeters is up here. There has to be 2 centimeters here. And so, since this one I did 4 times 3 equals 12 centimeters squared, and then 4 times 2 equals 8 centimeters squared, and then I just added them together.
Can you all see his answer?
Yeah.
Area is equal to, now that's, what's that there? 8, I can't.
Plus 12
And that, what's that written beside it?
centimeters.
Is that for, where?
That's for here, 2 times 4.
Oh, so you were finding the area of this bit?
I was finding the area of this and added the 2 numbers together.
All right, so maybe, is the unit right there? Yeah, you're happy with that?
Yep.
That is not anything else, it's 8 centimetres?
Yep.
And this is
12.
12 centimetres, and then how did that become 20 centimetres squared?
Because if you add 8 and 12 becomes 20.
20. And what
And
about?
it's the area, so it's squared.
Oh, that bit is squared. Should these be squared? No? Or yes, maybe?
Yes.
Oh, they should. Okay. All right. Very good. And you're happy with that?
Yes.
Well done. So that's how many strategies then we have? 7 strategies. What did you think starting out, Jake?
I thought I was questioning if there was over 3.
Over 3.
It's well over now.
Well over. Right. Okay. So we have some lovely, really nice ideas. we've some new strategies, but what I want you to do, you're not finished yet, by the way. You're only getting warmed up. What I want you to do is just write down, just for 1 or 2 minutes, and use your own language. I don't want what I've written down or what I have on the board. Just 2 minutes to write down, what have you learned so far today that you can use maybe for another question. You can write it there on the, it's nice to see they're cut and pasted. Do you want to put it on the back of your sheet? Yep, because we can keep it.
Cashel thinks he has it in there.
Cashel. So you divide it into 4. Okay. Oh, into 3. So into 3 as well. Okay, because we're going to have a look at that now in a moment. Actually, I'll have a look at that with you now in a second. So just a couple of minutes. Oh, and you don't mind if I move you over a little bit to make space? No. We have our measurements there, so I can move that over. Are some of those strategies kind of, do you think, is anybody sitting there thinking, I think they're the same, but I'm not sure? Ryan?
You know, the ones that where you have to divide the shape up. I think those would be kind of the same.
These ones? Is it? These ones?
That you divide up the shape.
Where you divide it up across the top, divide it into 3, divide it down the side. And it's lovely because you did it, and you did your work and you had your few lines of maths to do. Is there anything else we did maybe, or somebody showed us a little bit later that is more or less the same, or can you see anything? Maybe there isn't. Tim?
Jake's and Luke's, they're kind of...
Jake and Luke. Okay, Luke's.
They're kind of like the exact same, because they're kind of like a rectangle, but Jake's one is a bit bigger than the other, so they're kind of the same.
Is it that they're the same because he's adding something in, is it? Or
Yeah,
why?
It's just a bit like they're the exact same shape, but one of them's bigger than the other.
The other, and yet, is there any difference between their two strategies?
Yeah, there's a little bit of difference.
Bit of difference. So what did Jake do? He
Added the shape that's the same to it.
another L into it. Okay. Now, and talking about any other ones? Anything else? Were you going to say something, Owen?
Mine and Keelan's.
Yours and Keelan's. Yeah, they're
We both did them kind of the same, but like he did a horizontal line and I did a vertical.
very good. You did a vertical. Anything else, Jake?
I think mine, Niall's, and who else? Luke's are really I like because you're just rearranging the shape itself to make a bigger shape that's more familiar to you. So
This was rearranged. Was that one rearranged though? Would you say rearranged?
not really. You could say just made into something else.
Made into something else.
Yeah.
Niles, you're saying was rearranged.
Sort of. Again, like he just took a part off the top and brought it to the bottom, and I just made another one, and then I had to divide by 2 at the end.
Okay. Keelan, yours, you went across the top and you were the first in the group. You went straight across with that. Can you see, is it any way similar, apart from, I know the colour is the same, is there anything about yours and Niall's that there might be something about the two of them? If you look at Niall's, and Niall as well.
I don't know really.
You don't, so what did you do here? You went across, you got the area of the rectangle on the top, you got the area of the rectangle on the bottom, and you added them. Niall, did he take the top as well? But what did he do?
He added it to the rectangle.
He moved it over. So do you see where he'd used, it's the very same thing. You actually did have that. But can you see where it's the very same idea? Yeah. But just, where's Niall gone? Where's Niall? There he is, down there. Niall was kind of saying, I'm going to try, can I just use one line of maths here to get to this? So he just rearranged the exact same idea as you had done. But do you see where it's another way of working the same question? All right, so are you ready for the next bit?
Yep.
Now, if you turn over the page. Now, I'll just give you 5 minutes on this. Just, can you calculate the area of the triangle in 2 ways? 2 ways will be fine. 2 different ways. And I'll give you a little bit of space there to write in. Now, you can
So
just tell your
this
class.
was 5 centimeters, and then at the side was 7 centimeters. So what I did, I added another triangle.
So I'll put this here if might. Like that?
Yep.
So what strategy were you using?
I multiplied 7 by 5, which is 35.
Okay, so if you want to put that in there for us. And that gave you, what was that?
That was the area of this rectangle. And then I divided 35 by 2, and I got 17.5 centimeters squared of the first triangle.
Okay, so would that be true to say that you duplicated the shape
Yeah. And I
Doubled the
divided
area.
by 2.
and you divide it by 2? So the idea of where you've just duplicated into a shape and you've doubled the area and then you've divided by 2. How many of you in the room actually used that strategy where you duplicated the shape? Jake, you think this was all down to you, don't you? So you duplicated the shape. So you've made it into something familiar and then you divided it by?
2.
Divided by 2. And our other major strategy where you cut and pasted into a familiar shape, what did we say happened with the area? You might have another word for it, preserved it. What other word might you use? Saved. Kept it on. Okay. Didn't change it. We preserved the area, we didn't change it, and there's our strategy. Did anybody use a different strategy? Thank you very much, Davis. Thank you. Anybody use a different strategy? Luke, I think you're flying solo on this one. How many strategies did we say to try?
2.
2. And what happened? You could only find one.
I got the first one wrong, so then my second one. Yeah.
You got the first one?
I made a mistake.
Right, okay. And what kind of a mistake was it?
You know the way I done the exact same as Davis with the putting the 2 of them together, but then you know when you have to divide it by 2.
Yeah.
To get 17.5, I didn't divide it by 2. I took away 12 because 7 plus 5 is 12. That's where I went wrong. I know where I went wrong.
Okay, so you just added, you know.
5.
So you did it wrong the first time, but then you went back at it again.
Yeah.
Okay. Luke, you're going to fly solo, up you come. Can't wait. I think everybody wants to know now what strategy you used. Everybody seems to have used this strategy. Now this was Davis. I'll just put in Davis's name there. And I'm going to put you now in here underneath. There you go. Have you enough room there, Luke?
Yeah, I should do, yeah.
I'm going to put in your famous name. Can I just put you in as Luke Kelly?
Yeah.
You're going to sing a song? Now.
I got the triangle, and the base was 5 centimeters, and the side was 7 centimeters, and I halved the base, so that was 2.5. So 5 centimeters divided by 2 equals 2.5. And then I multiplied 7 by 2.5. 7.5. And I got 17.5. And that was the area.
17.5.
So the area was 17.5 centimeters squared.
And you got the same answer. Yeah. Are you surprised? Luke, do you want to turn around to your group? See, well done. You were seeing as you came up with that. Were you surprised that you got the same answer?
Not really. I remember the formula from before. I don't know where I heard it. I just remember the formula and what.
So you used the formula. We just told you, or you just remembered that the formula for the area of the triangle was
Half base by height.
half base by height.
What I worked on my sheet.
You're not sure if it'll work, but it'll work on your sheet. Right, let's have a quick look at this one. And now, let's see, where am I going to put you?
Just go ahead.
I'll put you, would you mind putting in, I'll put in your box there for you. Just because I want to put in one more then. Now.
So, what I did is I looked at the triangle and I saw that side was 7 centimeters. So I went and I halved 7 centimeters, which each side would be 3.5, and that would be 3.5. Then I took this part and flipped it over, and that part would come in like that. So this side is where that side was, so that side would come over there. That would be 3.5. The bottom of the shape is 5 centimeters. So that's gone now, and the top must be 5 also. Then I did 5 multiplied by 3.5. I got 5 to 17.5 centimeters squared.
Wow, what do you think of that? Well done, Peter. Peter, that was so good. I don't even have a shape ready for that. That was super. Absolutely super. What do you think? Was that impressive?
He took what someone else did with the L's, with the L shapes, Niall. He took it and then put it into another part of the shape to make it into a familiar shape.
Very good. So what strategy? Can you see what strategy he used? Now that's just the formula one there. That's Luke. Well done, Luke. What did he do? His strategy was he cut it. So that's really what you were doing. You cut it and you pasted it. Go on, Owen.
It's it was nearly the exact same as Niall's, except it's with a triangle.
Excellent, excellent. Well done.